Okay, whose turn is it now?
Mine.
My मतलब
Harish Kumar.
हरीश कुमार ओके करो. Harish Kumar, then IC, then group.
Ma'am, is the screen visible?
Yes, but why I'm visible here in the center? Okay, चलो.
The
मुझे
Indian
यहाँ
monsoon.
पर में हूँ ठीक हूँ. Yes, visible बेटा, but
Ma'am,
sound.
the Indian monsoon. Then factors
जो भी करो
affecting the Indian monsoon.
sound should be perfect. चलो.
Yes, ma'am. Factors affecting the Indian monsoon: the differential heating and cooling of land and water, shifting of the ITCZ zone, high pressure at the east of Madagascar, intense heating of the Tibetan Plateau, the westerly and easterly jet stream, and the El Nino and ENSO. Now, before getting into it, some things you want to
Harish,
know.
why are you not
So,
speaking loudly? आप जो प्रेजेंट करो सामने वाला सुनेगा भी ना.
okay, ma'am. ITCZ is an
वो बहुत
equatorial
बोलता है.
trough of low pressure where the trade winds converge and is known as the intertropical convergence zone. So basically, the equatorial trough of low pressure, which is normally present at the equator, and where the trade winds converge. That is called the ITCZ zone or the intertropical convergence zone. Now, another thing, the jet streams. Jet streams are nothing but narrow belt of high altitude westerly winds, normally above 12,000 meters in the troposphere. Troposphere is a layer of atmosphere, the lowermost layer of atmosphere. Their speed varies from 110 km per hour in summer to about 184 km per hour in winter, which means they are faster in the summer and slower in the winter. Now the Coriolis force, now this is an apparent force caused by the Earth's rotation. The Coriolis force is responsible for the deflection of the trade winds towards the right in the northern hemisphere and left in the southern hemisphere. This is also known as the Farrell's law. Now the first phenomena, the differential heating and cooling of land and water. Now due to this phenomena, during summer, low pressure is created on the land while the seas around experience comparatively high pressure, leading to the shifting of the wind direction from south to north. Normally the wind direction is from north to south, but here due to this phenomena, that wind direction has reversed. This is called the monsoon. Hence, this differential heating and cooling of land and water causes seasonal reversal of those trade winds, causing monsoon. Now, the shifting of the ITCZ zone, we already discussed what ITCZ zone is. It is an equatorial trough positioned at the equator normally, but during the summer, this gets shifted towards the Ganga plain, causing those seasonal reversal of winds and further powering those monsoon. Now the high pressure at the east of Madagascar. Now during that time also, during summer, the high pressure is created.
तुम कंटिन्यू करो हरीश.
The high pressure is created at the east of Madagascar, known as the Mascarene's High. Now this further powers the southwest monsoon winds and the differential pressure gradient between the ocean and the Indian landmass. The intense heating of the Tibetan Plateau. Now, during the summer, the intense heating of this Tibetan Plateau, which is to the north of the Himalayas, creates low pressure to it, which further intensifies the pressure difference that is there, and hence causing the seasonal reversal of trade winds towards the subcontinent. Now, these are all acting as the assisting factors which are further powering the monsoon. Now the westerly and easterly jet streams, we already discussed what are jet streams. It's are nothing but narrow belt of high pressure, high altitude winds. Ma'am?
हरीश तुम करो बेटा, मैं सृष्टि को बोल रही हूँ.
The
इसको
westerly
बुला
jet
रही
stream,
रिसर्च बनने के लिए वही से कर रही है.
this blows to the south of Himalayas all through the year except summer. Hence, providing room for the southwest monsoon winds to enter the subcontinents. Otherwise, they would just get with the westerly jet stream and monsoon would never occur. Now, the easterly jet stream flows to the eastern coastal region, which subsides to the east of Madagascar and provides high pressure to that area. Now, this easterly jet streams is what provides high pressure to that Madagascar, which we earlier discussed,
Who is
which
Divyansh
is
Meena in our class?
one of the key
He is
factors.
an outsider. Can I join the class? Who
I
is this
don't know.
Divyansh? Hurry, set minute. Who is this Divyansh Meena?
Ma'am, maybe,
What is maybe?
he is Unnati's brother. So,
Why Unnati's brother is coming to the class? Divyansh Meena has joined. Why he needs to be joined? Unnati? Unnati?
मैम वो क्लास में ही नहीं है.
लेफ्ट नहीं लिखा है ज्वाइन. चलो कहीं से भी आ जाते ज्वाइन. हाउ डिड यू ज्वाइन? चलो हरीश बेटा.
Now, this easterly jet stream also brings cyclone to the from the Bay of Bengal to the eastern coastal region, causing devastation of life and property. Now, the cycle of the monsoon. The monsoon occurs between 100 to 120 days from early June to mid-September. Around its time of arrival, the normal rainfall suddenly increases and continues constantly for several days. This is known as the burst of monsoon. The monsoon arrives at the southern tip of the peninsula, Indian peninsula, generally by the first week of June. Subsequently, it proceeds into two branches, the Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch. The Arabian Sea branch reaches Mumbai around 10 days later on approximately the 10th of June. The Bay of Bengal branch also advances rapidly and arrives in Assam in the first week of June. Now the lofty mountains causes the monsoon winds to deflect towards the west over the Ganga plains, the Purvanchal. By mid-June, the Arabian Sea branch of the monsoon arrives over Saurashtra Kutch and the central part of the country. The Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal branches on monsoon merge over the northwestern part of the Ganga plains. Delhi generally receives monsoon showers from Bay of Bengal branch by the end of June. Now, by the first week of July, western Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, and eastern Rajasthan also experience monsoon. By mid-July, the monsoon reaches Himachal Pradesh and the rest of the country. The withdrawal of the monsoon begins in northwestern states of India by early September. By mid-October, it withdraws completely from the northern half of the peninsula, and by early December, the monsoon withdraws from the rest of the country. Now, a video to show this, to explain this.
Indian monsoon. In this module, you will understand the concept of Indian monsoon,
Sound the problem.
of Indian monsoon, and also explain the role of monsoon in Indian economy.
साउंड का प्रॉब्लम आ गया फिर से हरीश.
Ma'am,
साउंड का प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है.
sound आ रहा है?
नहीं आ रहा है.
मैम आ रहा है बट बहुत धीमा आ रहा है.
मैं वॉल्यूम तेज कर
समझ में आया क्या बोल रहे हो?
अब आना.
Monsoon. To the poets, it is magic. It is dramatic. In fact, it really is dramatic. Let us see what a monsoon is. Monsoon is a periodic seasonal wind that comes from sea to land in a particular season and completely reverses back with the change in the atmospheric conditions in the next season. It is a typical yet dominant feature of the Indian climate. The term monsoon is derived from an Arabic word mausim, which means season. In olden days, The sailors found this wind convenient to set in their sails on the direction of the wind. They used to save their fuel and time by doing so. Let us discuss the causes of this seasonal reversal of wind from sea to land and land to sea. The main cause is the differential heating and cooling of land and its surrounding water bodies, that is, seas and oceans. During summer, land is hotter, and thus low pressure develops over interior parts of the large Indian landmass. Simultaneously, high pressure condition develops over the seas and oceans surrounding India. Thus, a steady flow of moisture-laden wind moves towards India and causes rainfall for almost 3 months. As the pressure system reverses due to apparent shifting of the sun from the Tropic of Cancer to the equator, the wind also reverses back to the same direction from where it comes. There is another interesting fact that the apparent movement of the sun from the Tropic of Cancer in June to the Tropic of Capricorn in December affects the global climate. The pressure belts and the wind systems change globally. The maximum effect can be noticed on the equatorial belt. Here, the northeast and southeast trade winds converge, and thus it is also called as the Intertropical Convergence Zone, or ITCZ. So, due to the apparent movement of the sun, this ITCZ shifts 5 degrees north during summer and 5 degrees south during winter. The ITCZ is pushed further north till the Ganga basin due to the differential heating and cooling of the Indian landmass and its surrounding water bodies during the monsoon season. We call it as a monsoon trough. The intense low-pressure system formed over the Tibetan Plateau attracts air from the intense high-pressure system that develops over Indian Ocean near Madagascar island of Africa. This causes a strong pull of moisture-laden air mass from ocean to the landmass of India. While the shifting of the ITCZ, the pressure system reverses, causing the reversal of wind. Around the same time, the movement of upper air circulation, or the jet streams, also affects the summer and winter monsoons of India. The global climatic events of changing pressure system over oceans have tremendous effect on the arrival, duration, amount, and retreat of monsoon in India. The equatorial belt of the tropical region of the Pacific and Indian Oceans faces the maximum effects. Usually, the situation is like when the southeastern Pacific has low pressure and high temperature. The eastern Indian Ocean has high pressure and low temperature. But the situation reverses roughly in 3 to 8 years. This reversal of temperature and pressure condition across the ocean is called as southern oscillation. Due to vast uninterrupted ocean in the southern hemisphere, the conditions are felt more than in the northern hemisphere. The normal condition brings moderate to good monsoon, whereas the reverse condition brings drought and famine to the Asian region. El Nino and La Nina are the two opposite ends of the southern oscillation or SO cycle. El Nino is the warm phase of southern oscillation, and La Nina is the cold phase of southern oscillation. These deviations from normal surface temperatures can have large-scale impacts not only on ocean processes, but also on global weather and climate. This climatic event is also known as ENSO. El means El Nino and So means southern oscillation. During El Nino, the monsoon will be weaker and comes late in India as summer is cooler and the surrounding sea and ocean temperature remain warmer than the usual. The Peruvian cold current is replaced by a warm current. Therefore, the pull of air from the landmass would be weak. The La Nina is good for monsoon condition as the temperature over the sea remains cooler and pressure difference between land and sea is very high. So the pulling of air mass from sea to land is very intense. El Nino and La Nina events occur on average every 2 to 7 years. The arrival of the monsoon rain in India is the most satisfying and joyous moment for the people of India. This is more because India is an agricultural country and the economic growth of each year depends on the amount and duration of monsoon rain. Delays and long breaks in monsoon rain are dangerous for the basic occupations such as farming, fishing, and forestry. This is because chances of drought and famine increase. On the other hand, a long spell of heavy rain may damage standing crops with the increased threats of flood. The secondary sector of the economy, like the agro-based industry, also depends on monsoon, as the supply of their raw material is governed by a good spell of rain. The market will remain steady with a good monsoon year with stable price of food products, whereas a bad monsoon season will cause inflation, food insecurity and public unrest. Monsoon is a unifying bond of the nature and lifestyle of India. The rivers and ponds rejuvenate with rainwater. The soil and underground water table gets support to hold moisture and water, and the parched plant and animal kingdoms become lively with the monsoon shower. The green nature of monsoon-fed India has inspired poets and artists to create rich poetry and paintings that add to our rich cultural heritage. Let's recap. Monsoon is a periodic seasonal wind. It blows from sea to land in one season and reverses back in the next season. The term monsoon is derived from an Arabic word mausim, which means season. The main cause is the differential heating and cooling of land and its surrounding water bodies, that is, seas and oceans. The reversal of temperature and pressure condition across the ocean is called as southern oscillation. El Nino and La Nina are the two opposite ends of the southern oscillation. El Nino is the warm phase and La Nina is the cold phase. India is an agricultural country and the economic growth of each year depends on the amount and duration of monsoon rain. Delays and long breaks in monsoon rain increase the chance of drought and famine. On the other hand, a long spell of heavy rain increases the threats of flood. Monsoon is a unifying bond of the nature and lifestyle of India.
Have you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Is complete हो गया?
Yes, ma'am.
जोर से बोलो.
Yes, ma'am.
हरीश.
Yes, ma'am. हो गया.
ओके हो गया तो जोर से बोलो ना, धीरे धीरे कहीं को बोलो बोल करके. ये जजेस 3 are there, 3 are give 3 point. हरीश जरा अपियर हो जाओ. अपियर ऑन द स्क्रीन. हरीश तुमको ये बुद्धि कहाँ से आया आज? इट इज एक्सलेंट, ब्रिलियंट प्रेजेंटेशन. सो फार जितने भी क्लाइमेटिक कंट्रोल में दिया, योर्स इज ब्रिलियंट. Harish, how did you do in the overnight? See, you have talked about GDP, you have talked about Indian farmers, you have talked about earnings, everything. You could incorporate everything. From where did you get this video?
I searched on YouTube and on the second hand I found this.
See, Harish, this is called epistemic learning. Your understanding has such a depth. Do you agree, girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you agree with this? That's why I said, Harish, you have so much potential. Your language, your geography, the concept of understanding, you need to. तुम डर के जीते हो. Why are you so much of afraid? ये डरना बंद करो so that you can grow up. जो लोग सोचते हैं ना, we are the boss, we know everything. It is not the fact. See what you are. जो आपकी समझ आया, what is epistemic learning? It is the learning, the understanding of learning. आप जो पढ़ रहे हो उसको समझ गए तभी प्रेजेंट कर पाओगे. बाकी एग्जाम की तो रट के लिखने वाले बहुत है. Now your understanding is clear. You incorporate so many things. Economics you incorporate. जब आप इतना अच्छा कर सकते हो तो उसको थोड़ा अंडरस्टैंडिंग आपका मतलब उसमें टच देना है. पुष्कर का भी यही हाल है. घबराता ज्यादा और गड़बड़ कर देता है. पुष्कर इज ए वेरी ब्रिलियंट बॉय. उसका बिहेवियर दोनों का देखो. तो 10-10-10. आयुषी आ जाए. ठीक है. आर यू?
Yes, ma'am.
मतलब यू गो विथ मी 10-10-10.
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, वेरी गुड. आयुषी आ जाए. आयुषी आ जाए. कर सकते हो आप लोग, सब कुछ कर सकते हो. आपके पास सब है. और आप लोग क्या है, घबरा सब तो नहीं हो. बेटर है नहीं. घबरा लेके घूमने से कुछ नहीं होता.
Ma'am, is screen visible?
हाँ, यस
Ma'am, should I?
यस, प्लीज स्टार्ट. इतना बढ़िया.
My topic is climatic control. What is climate? Climate refers to the sum total of weather conditions and variations over a large area for a long period of time, that is more than 30 years. What is weather? Weather refers to the same state of the atmosphere over an area at any point of time. The elements of weather and climate. They are the same, that is temperature, atmospheric pressure, wind, humidity and precipitation. On the basis of monthly atmospheric conditions, the year is divided into seasons such as winter, summer and rainy seasons. Climatic control. The climate of any place depends on the following factors. First one is latitude. The amount of solar energy received varies according to latitude due to the curvature of the earth. That is why air temperature generally decreases from the equator towards the poles. Altitude. The atmosphere becomes less dense and temperature decreases when we go to the higher altitude from the Earth's surface. This is the reason why hills are cooler during summer. Pressure and wind system. The pressure and wind system of any area depends on the latitude and altitude of the place. It influences the temperature and rainfall pattern. Distance from the sea. The sea exerts a moderating influence on the climate. As the distance from the sea increases, its moderating influence decreases and people experiencing extreme weather conditions. This condition is known as continentality, that is very hot during summer and very cold during winter. Ocean currents. Ocean currents along with onshore winds affect the climate of the coastal areas. For example, any coastal area with warm or cold currents flowing past it will be warmed or cooled if the winds are onshore. Relief features. Relief plays a major role in determining the climate of a place. High mountains act as barriers for cold or hot winds. They may also cause precipitation if they are high enough and lie in the path of rain-bearing winds. Precipitation is any form of moisture which falls to the earth. It includes rain, snow, hail and sleet. This is the video.
बोलने की जरूरत नहीं, कंटिन्यू करो। आई ना, इसीलिए कुछ बच्चों को जो बिल्कुल गड़बड़ कर रहे थे घबरा के, उनको मैंने दोबारा करो। तुम्हारा ये अपसाइड डाउन हो गया, ये जो चलो कोई नहीं, शुरू करो। कितना सीख रहे हो तुम? डू यू नो दिस? एक ही चैप्टर से कितना कुछ सीख रहे हो। ये हरीश ने प्रूव किया, इसको इकोनॉमिक्स को कॉर्पोरेट करा दे, हिस्ट्री में जो बॉन्ड है, यूनिफाइंग बॉन्ड, कल्चर, हम एक्सपेरिएंशियल लर्निंग में ये सब करते हैं कि नहीं करते? इंटीग्रेटेड अप्रोच, उसका इंटीग्रेटेड समझे, समझ को निकालो इसके अंदर। मैं जब भी लेती है ना इसको, मैं देखा कि तुम लोग कितना ब्रिलियंट हो। हाउ की प्रॉब्लम है टेक्निकल चीजें तो ऐसे करने की समझ नहीं आता।
कैप्शन सॉन्ग करते
ये भी आपको सुन रहे हैं। स्टिल आई टेक्निकल मैटर, उनको कोई नहीं आ सकता इसको जान के भाई अंडरस्टैंड। कैसे वीडियो सुन लो, कुछ लोगों ने गलत गलत वीडियो सुन रखा है। तुम्हारी साथ होता है ना, साउंड को माइनस रखो और तुमको करंट मार्क करना है। अभी एक 10 मिनट खत्म होगा। बस साउंड की वजह से गड़बड़ हो रहा है।
There are 6 major components that control the climate of any city. They are latitude, altitude, pressure and wind system, distance and speed, ocean currents, and unique features. Let's understand each one.
कैप्शन ऑन कर दो प्लीज।
Temperature of these zones, the amount of solar energy received, rain,
ऐसे सुनो what they are saying.
the temperature decreases. as the
ऐसे सुनो तो मैं तो
This is the tutorial detail.
Captions are not available.
और इस कुछ बोल रहा है बीच में। इतना अच्छा कर रहे हो तुम लोग, वो नीचे भी लिखा है वो वाला सबसे अच्छा है। बिल्कुल गया है। इसीलिए मैंने बोला जो जानता है इसमें हमारा फायदा है।
The second factor is altitude. Altitude means height. The more you know about the ground that consists of people, higher altitudes, the temperature decreases. Because the concentration of air molecules involves the volatiles in air. That's why energy flow to its stations gets cooled out. The third factor is pressure and wind. By pressure we mean high and low pressure. Always remember, air moves from high pressure to low pressure area. The best way to understand
आदमी साउंड में मार सकता है।
Switch on the AC and hospital. You will feel air going out of the room, and this is because the environment outside the room is warm and it's attracting air molecules towards it. And by this example, you can also understand this. Land mass gets heated faster than water. And to that, a low pressure zone is created at the land surface, which attracts air molecules from the sea or ocean or the rainfall and changes with the temperature. The fourth factor is distance from the sea. Now, if you're on the leading edge of the data, you will notice there is hardly any change to weather conditions. I mean, it will be constantly increasing. So there isn't going
हो गया इसी।
to be weather conditions.
Yes, ma'am.
हो गया, कंप्लीट हो गया।
Witness.
तो हो रहे हैं।
मैम 2 मिनट बचा है बस।
अच्छा ठीक है।
यस मैम 2 मिनट है बस।
That's when the sun meets falls correct and are found in environment. So the journey is these form currently local things of nearby landmarks and causes change in the climate condition. For example, response currents in landmass plains for and
फिर आज और प्रेजेंटेशन नहीं हो पाएगा, अच्छा 10 मिनट था तो हो जाता ध्रुव का। मुझे खरवांडी पर तो अपने मन की मस्ती है, जब मर्जी ज्वाइन करती है, जब मर्जी छोड़ती है। कंप्लीट?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
ओके, बताओ बेटा अलसिरा लकड़ा का मार्क।
प्रेजेंटेशन में 10
हाँ
और
हरीश
वीडियो में
हरीश बोल रहा है, हरीश को बोला है, हरीश बोलो।
मैम प्रेजेंटेशन अच्छी थी, उसमें 10 या फिर
तो ऐसा वो करके मत बोलो, जोर से बोलो, मैं भी बूढ़ी हो गई, बैरी हो गई।
मैम प्रेजेंटेशन में 10, वीडियो में 9 वो साउंड की वजह से, और एपिस्टेमिक नॉलेज हाँ उसमें भी 10, वीडियो अच्छी थी बस साउंड नहीं आ रही थी।
कंटेंट और एपिस्टेमिक नॉलेज दोनों बराबर है,
ठीक है
और थोड़ा
तब तो
प्रेजेंटेशन में ठीक है, अब क्या कर सकते हो, इसमें एक बार काट सकते हो और कुछ नहीं, तो बराबर 2 बार दे दिया तो भी कुछ नहीं। ध्रुव जैन।
यस मैम।
8 मिनट है, प्रेजेंट करो।
यस मैम।
कोई टाइम नहीं है हमारे पास, 3 हो गया, 1-3 हो गया, हो जाएगा तुम्हारा प्रेजेंट। मुझे बहुत जम के भूख लगी है।
Ma'am, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Ma'am, and
Sound में गड़बड़ मत।
ma'am, and voice is clearly audible, no?
Yes, yes.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Today I'll be presenting on the topic the advancing monsoon, the rainy season. The advancing monsoon. By early June, the low pressure condition over the northern plains intensifies. It attracts the trade winds.
अपना वॉइस को लाउड करो।
It attracts the trade winds of southern hemisphere. These southeast trade winds originate over the warm subtropical areas of southern ocean. They cross the equator and blow in southwesterly direction, entering the Indian peninsula as southwest monsoon. So basically what is said in this, I'm using a pen, say it's India. There is equator and the winds of southeasterly direction, from southeasterly direction are coming. Now due to Coriolis effect, they get deflected towards southwesterly direction. This means by this direction they are. Now we see there is Arabian Sea and there is Bay of Bengal. So as they originate over these oceans, these seas and oceans, they take moisture from this, which causes rainfall. As they take moisture, so these moisture-laden winds, they cause rainfall in the country. Now, as these winds blow over the warm ocean, they bring abundant moisture to the subcontinent. The same that I said. These winds blow at an average velocity of 30 km per hour. So these winds are pretty strong. The monsoon covers the entire country in about month's time. The arrival of the monsoon winds bring a change in weather of the country. This is because before the monsoon we have the hot season, which is summer season. The weather at the summer is mostly hot and very less humidity is there. In monsoon there is complete change of the weather. Sometimes at the arrival of the the rainfall increases suddenly, which is commonly known as the burst of monsoon. See, I have underlined these things. The western slopes of Western Ghats receive heavy rainfall from monsoon winds. Sometimes there are breaks in monsoon rainfall. Now, you see, I have underlined this break. Now, you might be wondering, like, what is this break in these rainfall? So, I have covered this in a slide. Initially, at some places, it rained only for few days, while it rained heavily in northern plains, northern eastern parts of the country. Kerala and on the western slopes of Western Ghats, moderate rainfall is experienced. In southeastern parts of the country and Indo-Gangetic plains, scanty rainfall is experienced in western parts of Punjab, Haryana, Ladakh, Rajasthan, and Gujarat. Now I will put a fact. Mawsynram in southern ranges of Khasi Hills receives highest annual rainfall in the world of about 10,000 millimeter per year, which is 1,000 centimeter per year. So it is the wettest place on the earth. Next is the map, advancing monsoons map. In the map, as you can see, there is a time being located. As I have already said, that monsoon reaches the tip of the country by 1st of June. You can see the date here. 1 June, it reaches the tip of the country and covers these much parts. First of all, it diverges into two branches. One is this one of Arabian Sea and second is Bay of Bengal. First, let us see the Arabian Sea branch. By the 1st June, it covers many parts of Tamil Nadu and some parts of Kerala. By 5th of June, it covers many other states including Karnataka, some parts of Andhra Pradesh, Telangana. By 10th of June, it covers about half of the country, which is Maharashtra, then Odisha, very small parts of Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. By 15th June, it covers Gujarat, then Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Bihar, Jharkhand, these states. By 1st of July, then it covers many parts of Punjab, Gujarat, some parts of Madhya Pradesh, the northern parts like Jammu Kashmir and Haryana, and Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand. By 1st of July, it covers mostly the parts of Rajasthan and some parts of Gujarat. And by 15th of July, it covers the western parts of Rajasthan. Now, if we see the Bay of Bengal branch, we see by 1st of July, it covers some parts of the northern eastern parts of the country. And by 1st June, it covers some parts of northern eastern. And by 5th of June, it covers entire northeast part of the country. So let us move to the next slide. Features of advancing monsoon. So this is very important by exam point of view. It can come as a question list, some features of the advancing monsoon. So we'll discuss one by one each. First is it begins with early June. As I have shown you by the map, by 1st June or the first week of June, what happens? Monsoon winds reach till the tip of the country, so it is the beginning of the monsoon. The second point, low pressure condition over the northern plains attracts the trade winds of southern hemisphere. As these winds blow over warm oceans, they bring abundant moisture to the country. Now, what does this mean? This means this is see it's the
You don't, wait a minute, Dhruv, you people do not have another class?
when we have.
Then you have to 111 it is.
Yes, ma'am.
So quick,
Okay, ma'am.
maximum you can stretch up to 15.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
tomorrow you have a class?
Yes, ma'am. Maybe, ma'am. I have not seen actually.
You do not know so many days you are coming to the class, tomorrow you are in class or not. You do not know. That you are having a class, yes. Third period you are having. So 30 to 110. Friday you have. So you can do it tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am. I will show tomorrow. और 5 slides are left.
30 to 110 नहीं है. कल कितने बजे लड़कियां गर्ल्स?
Ma'am, 1:30 to 2:10.
1:30 to 2:10 ना?
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है. Okay, we'll finish our class. एक मिनट रुक जाओ. ये सब थोड़ा समेट लूं तो. इसके बाद there's another oral test.
Ma'am, ma'am, you are not audible.
मीटिंग खत्म हो गया.